She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time, you know.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's...
What? Speak, man.
She's badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt?
No.
Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
No, this is a setup.
Gods. Priscilla.
It's gotta be.
Is she gonna live?
Well, I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Who could have done this?
That I do not know. I do, however, know she is not the perpetrator's first victim.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100
Oh,
times
man,
over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him. And kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers? Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
You lead.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Is it not better to nip the problem in the bud? I tried to get the temple guard to enter the sewers, alas, to no avail. So I took matters into my own hands.
At no charge.
Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
This is so random. This is so freaking random. Why the fuck would she... from a writing standpoint, I'm not talking about the... This is like a different sort of game reality. I really thought it was gonna be a setup, like a joke or something. Because, you know, it's like, you know, it's unfair. It's not why. The question why just... I don't think has an answer in this case. It depends. But the problem is, this is terrible for her as a character. That's the worst that could happen for her. This is like, I mean, Game of Thrones level style. She's never gonna sing again. because, you know, they destroyed their throat. I mean, at least if she drank acid, I suspect that might be one of the consequences there. She lost one eye. And it's out of nowhere.
How's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Troberet. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I was gonna say that. But I'm kind of shocked that the game pulled this. I don't think it will pull that ever again. Because you don't see this very often in fiction. Just randomness. Everything always has a meaning. That's... And the reason for that is because it just leaves you... It's kind of... It's not even Deus Ex Machina. It's like... It's bullshit. It's bullshit. At this point, anyway. I mean, if it turns out... If they kind of retcon it to some, like, oh... she owed money to somebody, or she called names to somebody, or she was a spy or something.
Care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Okay, let me first seek other things and I'll be right with you, man. Well, we'll figure it out.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. Yep. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Okay, so let's go with the first. Yeah.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
That wasn't the cause of death. That was a punishment.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Yeah. So he wouldn't talk again.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Torture? Or are you wrong in that? I don't actually know what a tracheotomy is. It could be that he was trying to cut out some sort of, you know, make sure that he didn't talk. He just, I don't know. Or that he didn't die at all. Make sure that he didn't die at all. Okay.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound.
That's the cause of death right there.
Heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute,
what?
There's something else.
Wound cauterized? Oh, I know. I know what it is then.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses.
No?
So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace?
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde.
This has been kept up.
Medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded.
There's two places where I've heard of formaldehyde, apart from, no, the first two times I've heard of formaldehyde. One is from a fantastic TV series called 6 Feet Under. Formaldehyde is used in corpses to preserve them for the funerary rites and all that sort of stuff. And the other one is, I believe, a game with that actor that died a few years ago. I think the guy that says "Good morning, Vietnam," and I don't remember what movie that is, but I think there was beer there with formaldehyde, and there was something, and I remember that as well, or something. I think it was that movie. It's not Apocalypse Now. It's not Full Metal Jacket. It might be Apocalypse Now. I don't actually know. Robin Williams was the name of the actor, but I can't recall. But yeah, I think that one is a reference to formaldehyde in beer for some reason. Okay, so the heart, I don't really know.
Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so.
This is
No one could sit
ritualistic.
through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him.
Is this guy a suspect? Where was she found? That we shouldn't be doing the autopsy right now. We should be. Where was she found? Did I miss that? Did I miss that?
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Yep.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor.
This is what sensibility means, really, but sure.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
I can't shake the feeling that this guy might be a suspect. But I can't really tell.
Think
It
I
seems
know
realistic.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Ritual murder, yeah. Not punishment. It was ritualistic for sure. But that's an interesting thing right there, that I can say that I'd rather not share my conclusion.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
This guy reminds me of Mike Portnoy.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that when he said that he taught you everything and he's that old and he's not.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirates was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, your reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why do you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse.
Yep.
If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
I might be reading too much into this. But, yeah. So you think it's punishment, huh? It could be. But the thing with it could be punishment. It could be preventive. It could be anything, really. But I thought it was ritualistic, mostly because of the incision that they got in the egg and the heart. Mostly the torso.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
That's our first clue right there. I like the coroner. The doctor is fine. Sure. I'll keep my eye on you. See you later, Von Gratz. Holy crap, he's going all sideways down down that alley. That's fine, it's fine. Oh boy. Sorry. Let's go. Sorry. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, handsome.
Whistling Wendy. Hello. Hello? I say hello. Oh, she's off. Huh.
Grab him!
Sis, that him.
That's it, you're in for it.
Oh, you want to die?
From the back.
Oh, I can't use my weapons.
Kill the horse, son.
Okay. This is
Pathetic.
This is special. What the hell is this? Why am I... The soundtrack. What the hell?
Is it?
The tone of the game right now. Seriously, it's kind of daunting and just... It makes all the sense as well. Hopefully she'll... I mean, he said that she was gonna leave, so... It's really the voice that I'm kind of worried for.
Shut up and fight.
Think you'll get me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, Why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
They got a bidding... Oh, holy crap, what a bunch of dumbs.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
See, it's what I told you. It's random. I mean, it's... You need to accept what happened and deal with it. That's how life works. But the game can pull these sort of punches in like not pull the punch. They can it can deliver these twists like this. It must be the only one in the game because it's not very common to have like random stuff happen. It's like imagine a meteor falls on top of you. I mean, shit happens.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
It wasn't random. What she said right there. The coroner might not have anything to do with this, but I'm thinking the doctor might.
Take care now.
It's the eternal fire.
I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
It's not random.
Oh, my head's ringing.
The timing was the timing was on purpose, but that's not what it means to be random. Not being on purpose, I mean. It wasn't random. Let's see what we have.
A brazier. This time of year?
What?
Human. Priscilla's. Man's footprint. The murderer's, maybe. Weighed on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way. Trail ends here.
She defended herself.
Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Vampires. Vampires. Flatters do this. Flatters jump. Concerned citizen's sermon. It's the coroner. No. Who found Priscilla? No. The coroner is a vampire. He's gotta be. He doesn't age. Okay, let's see what we have. Right there. No, that's another thing altogether. Appeal to Sir Geralt of Rivia. Yeah, okay. So, concerned citizen sermon. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even... No, it doesn't. There's black holes. It's kind of... You don't know anything. Anyway, not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light. Not even witches and sorceresses. No, so, adept... sorcerers, they can, but sorceresses, they don't. So adept at fooling the common folk, not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their tits and charms. Abandon them Abandon then the treacherous and immortal magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts. And the eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners. It's just random religious mumbo jumbo that always will derive for any sort of fundamentalist sect. What is this?
I know that smell. Formaldehyde.
It's those guys must be. It's one of them. It's one of them. Okay, let's have a chat with her.
So, what is it?
Think I know what happened here. Priscilla fought back, her assailant retreated, and knocked over the brazier. Someone must have heard it. Maybe saw something, started hollering. Guards showed up. Murderer didn't finish the job, didn't cover his tracks. Just collected himself and leapt over the wall. Trail ends there.
You divined all this from a pile of rubbish and a few prints in the mud.
Do that practically every day in my profession. And practice makes perfect.
True enough. Just like I can tell right off if a punt'll pay or try to wriggle out of it.
That particular skill I could use myself. Take care now.
Yeah, she's...
I got a murderer to catch.
What was that line, man? What was that line, Geralt? Let's get out of here. What just happened? Yeah, for another quest. It's through here.
Anyone home?
Begone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on, come on in. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Name it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?